Most of you know that I live in Ocean Pines. To get out on Route 589, I always travel the same route, the same streets. As I exit and return to Ocean Pines, I travel by a house with a dark colored car always backed into the driveway. In the passenger seat of that car sits a skeleton. Yep, a skeleton. I've seen this skeleton multiple times as I travel by. And every time I see that skeleton sitting in the passenger seat of that car, I smile. I might even chuckle to myself. Seeing that skeleton sitting in the passenger seat of that car, to me, is very funny. It makes me chuckle. Humor. Laughter is good for the soul. Laughter is good for us physically, emotionally, and spiritually. In Proverbs 17, the author says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine." In Psalm 126, the psalmist says, "Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongue with songs of joy. The Lord has done great things." Author David Nastor, in his book, You Just Have to Laugh, writes this statement: "Most of us are brainwashed into believing that laughing at tough times is bad. We are taught humor is an inappropriate response to illness, injury, danger, and grief." He says that is tragic. When we teach children that laughter is bad, we rob them of one of life's most vital survival skills: humorous thought. George, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, calls his son in New York, and he says to his son, "I hate to ruin your day, but I have to tell you that your mother and I are getting a divorce. 45 years is enough misery for both of us." The son says, "Pop, what are you talking about?" And his dad says, "We cannot stand the sight of each other any longer. We're sick of each other, and I'm sick of talking about this. So you call your sister in Chicago and tell her the news." George hangs up on his son. Frantic, the son calls his sister, who explodes on the phone. "Mom and Dad are not going to get a divorce," she says. "I will take care of this." She calls her dad in Phoenix, and she says to him, "Dad, you and Mom are not going to get a divorce. Don't do a single thing until I get there. I'm calling my brother back. We'll both be there tomorrow. Until then, don't do a thing. Do you hear me?" George hangs up the phone, and he turns to his wife and he says, "Honey, our children are coming home for Thanksgiving dinner, and they're going to pay for their own airfare." Now that's your chuckle for today. Remember, a cheerful heart is good medicine.